an extended road trip, building a house, looking at 25 to 30 boxes of Christmas ornaments that need to be placed somewhere in the house. What do all of these things need before you can even begin? A what? A plan, yes. You need a plan. How am I going to do this? Nobody just willy-nilly opens every box of Christmas ornaments and just throws them here, throws them there, and say, "Oh, that's good enough." Because like, "Oh, I see you decorated, sort of." And nobody jumps in the car and says, "Well, let's just keep driving and we'll get to somewhere eventually." Well, yes, eventually. But do you know where you're going? In building a house, you need to know where to begin. Contact an architect. You have the plans, but still, where do you begin? What is your starting point? Today, the church begins a new liturgical year. We've had an entire week of New Year's Eve, if you will, a time to have reflected upon last liturgical year, where we have been, where we have come, what have we accomplished as God's people. Some get a little bit discouraged. Proposition 1 passed. And therefore, abortion rights are enshrined in the Constitution of the state of California, making it nearly impossible, nearly, but not impossible, to overturn. And so we spoke out, and we voted. Each of us did our level best to be Christ in the world. Over and above our own wants, needs, desires, and feelings, we were called to be Christ in the world. But what will we do this year? What are we resolved to do this coming liturgical year, beginning today, New Year's Day in the life of the church? Suggest you go old school, get a pad of paper and a pen or a pencil, and start listing those things. Do I need to spend more time in prayer? How will I be the voice of Christ, the presence of Christ? How will I bring peace, healing, reconciliation, and the hope of Christ to the world? Where do I begin? The world's a monumental task, you know. So shrink it down. Start with yourself. Then move to the next circle, your family, and the next circle, your neighborhood, and the next circle, and so on. Have a plan and follow it. Because all too often, the human heart follows the whims and wishes and the will of the world around it, listening to so many voices that are not Christ, that confuse and confound the heart and the spirit. And indeed, those voices don't remind us of what the Lord reminds us today and throughout the Advent season is be prepared, stay awake, be ready. For we do not know the day nor the hour when the Lord will call us. We are only given the day that our feet are on this side of the dirt. That's what we're given. And it's what we do with it that makes the difference, that speaks clearly of what our belief is, who our belief is in. Is it Christ or is it the world? It's a simple choice. The world clamors with all these voices around us, all the noise and confusion. It's a little bit late right now. It's after 9. Tomorrow morning, get up before dawn and watch. Watch the darkness of night turn to the purple hues of dawn, reminding us that the light of Christ breaks into the world, has at one point in time, and continues through you and I. That unique time is given to us for a short time on this earth. So be ready. Use that time wisely, because one day, time's up.